I encountered a liar a few months back, and I called him out on it. Now, let me explain. I was going through the Twitters, I was going through YouTube channels, and I found someone, and he was talking about his time in the army. It was simple enough. Oh, I was in the army, and this person had to crawl through a field, and I was so tired I was shagged, and it sounded, it was fishy. You know them ticks you get when you're like, something don't sound right about this. It was one of them. It sounded like it wasn't true. So I asked a question. I asked him what regiment he was in, and he blocked me from his YouTube channel. Now coming from an army orientated family and background, as soon as someone does that, there's definitely non-truth to what they're saying. I'll give you an example. If someone's in the army and you're talking about the armed forces, they kind of won't mention it unless you ask them questions like, oh, you were in the army, were you? What regiment? What did you do in the army? And then they'll reply what they did, and they'll tell you specific details of what they've done. Someone that wasn't in the army, as soon as the army is brought up, or the armed forces or whatever, they'll be like, oh, I was in there, I did that, I did, and it'll be bland. It won't be, yeah, we did this at this for this long at this point, and then I went to here. It won't be like that. It'll be, oh, I was in the army. Oh, what regiment were you in? I was in the paras. What part of the paras? 1 para, 2 para, Royal Horse Artillery thing, or the rapid response thing, or what was it? It can't be just the paras, and they'll never answer you. This was the vibe that I was getting from this video. He also had some other questionable videos, like there were stories that were explaining things, and they sounded fake. When I say fake, they sounded like he was telling the story, but what he was telling wasn't true about that story, if that makes sense. Now, to me, someone lying about being in the army is a piece of fucking shit. It just disgusts me. It fucking disgusts me. So I did a bit of light amateur detective work. I found his Facebook page. I found all 4 of his Facebook pages. And now they're interesting because they list his job. One of them listed his job as HM Armed Forces 2012 till present. Now, he was saying in his video that he was in the army and then he left because someone in his family died. Okay, let's accept that for a second. You join up, you do your phase 1 training, and then you're allowed leave for situations that are like that. Why would you completely leave a career that you've chosen to do because a family member has died? That's just like one of the reasons that I got suspicious, including his Facebook page. It said 2012 till present, but in his video he said he'd left. So I did more digging, and on another one of his Facebook pages it says he was in the Royal Engineers, the TA Royal Engineers, from I think it sounded like 2009 to 2012 or some shit like that. I can't exactly remember. So he has 2 Facebook pages. One that says he's in HM Armed Forces 2012 till present. Another Facebook page that says he was in the Royal Engineers from 2009 till 2012. And like now you kind of, right, he's definitely lying about being in the army. So I started observing his Twitter. Now he didn't use his Facebook. The 4 Facebook pages that I found he didn't use. He used his Twitter incredibly like every hour there will be a post of the hours that he's awake, and it's to young females, and it's, oh, you're beautiful, your picture is beautiful, darling, oh, you're such a babe, oh. That's acceptable, but it's like kind of suspicious as well. You click on his followers and it's all female. There's like 4 male people that he's accepted. The same with his YouTube. You look at the people that he's subscribed to, and all of them are female. Now, looking at it, it's like, yeah, okay, you subscribe to only females, but is he watching their content because they make good content, or is he just watching them because they're attractive young women that if he was in the street and went up to him, they'd tell him to fuck off? Now, it's going to be the latter. It's because he can't get up to him close in person in real life, but he can through the internet. So what I did is I tweeted him. I called him a scrupulous pervert. You know, he's only on the Facebooks and the Twitters to get in contact with women. He's not doing it because he likes to make videos. He's completely fake about that. He's just doing it to show off to these young ladies. If you go through some of his tweets, the way he talks to children is bullying. He's like, I'm going to get you booted off the internet. You can get someone booted off the internet because you don't like them, because you don't like what they said to you, because they're a child. He tried it with me, and I told him, I said I'd love to meet that person because he's an incredible hacker. I'm sure he's wanted by fucking Interpol or something like that. So after this, he makes a video where he says I should be shot. He openly says that people like me should be shot because what I said, I called him out. And he's like, oh, my friends are telling me to ignore him and stuff. It's like, okay, I sent you a tweet. I've observed what you've been doing. I know what your game is. And he's changed it. He's changed the situation around to make himself the victim when he knows exactly what he's doing. He's just trying to get the acceptance to hide what he's actually doing. You know, me being me, I did some more amateur detective work. And I went through all his Facebook posts and all his tweets, and I found similarities. I found that he had 3 previous channels that were named different. One was VX Frosty, one was Silent Snipes and all that shit. One had Rambo in its name, and he'd close them and then start again, close it and start again. Now I was like, that's just, why is he doing that? Now my theory is that he'd done this army story before and someone else had called him out, or something similar to that matter. Someone else had called him out, and he couldn't he exhibits control freak sensibilities where if someone makes a comment and he doesn't like it, he has to delete that comment and deny it ever existed because he doesn't have control. I made a video in response to his video. I listed all his names, I listed the lies that he had spoken and what his intentions were and so forth. And that was up for a little while. But after that, I'd say 2 days after that, he made did he make another video? Oh, he made another video where you could tell he was angry, and he proclaimed that it was the real him, and that he was in the TA and then he left because his dad died and all that crap. And I made a mocking video of him. I just copied the video, took the audio out and put my own audio in, and he went fucking apeshit. He fucking deleted his YouTube, and then he went on Twitter searching for people to get my personal information set out. And he found someone, he found an amateur, and all they did was go onto Facebook, type in my second name, and then anyone that was listed with my second name, he posted it up as my family members. Now, 90% of that list were innocent people. They had nothing to do with me. They weren't part of my family. And he got someone to post that as my personal information. Are you fucking stupid? His Twitter went after that, and it was all peaceful for a little while. And then he popped up again with a new name and a new persona, kind of call it, where he was different. He changed he changed the sound level so you couldn't recognise his voice, and you know, he started again. He started to build up the female followers continuously, but he was saying that I was stealing all of his content to his followers, and how much I was a bad person. He said that I stole all his videos and copied his shit, when in reality, it was one video, it was gameplay. I took his audio out and I put my own audio in. It's not stealing someone's gameplay. I just took the gameplay and fucking made a mock of him. But he didn't like that. He had no control. That's why he fucking went. That's why he started a new channel and why he went ape shit. So time goes on. You know, I'll get the occasional reply from him, call me a faggot and a fucking, you know, all the uneducated shit that a fucking person will give that hasn't got no common sense to fucking retort something properly. And he has an internet girlfriend, and you see all these pictures of these hearts with both their Twitter pictures in the fucking heart saying "I love you forever," and he starts posting fucking music video things up saying "Oh, I love you" and that. And she gets involved in the conversation, and I politely explain to her what's happening, and he every now and again he'd show off by calling me a faggot or some shit like that, just to prove how tough he was over the internet towards her. And then one day he just blocks her. I get a private message from her saying, "Oh, can you talk to me quickly?" And she had talked to him on Skype, and he had tried to get her to do unscrupulous things to her. I got a private message from her. I asked her, "What did he do? You know, what did you talk about?" And she told me all he wants to do is get his dick out on fucking Skype, and for them to do scrupulous stuff over Skype. I'm like, my God, you know, how can you let someone do that to you? How can you? He really does have a silver tongue when it comes to talking to people and convincing people. So we move on. I mean, I can't comment on none of his videos. I mean, he'll make an occasional video where the audio levels are, you can't hear shit, and he's put the audio in, he's done the sound, and he hasn't checked the audios before he's rendered. He's then rendered it and then just put it up on the YouTubes and thinks it's brilliant. So I'll dislike that because the audio is shit. But then we get into this nasty situation where, because he gets a dislike, he's starting to dislike my stuff. I can give a fuck about likes or dislikes or fucking subs or views, but he thinks that disliking my stuff because he's getting dislikes. How does he know it's not just fucking random people that don't like his stuff? No, it can't be just random people. It's definitely got to be me. This is about the time he starts calling me a stalker and all that fucking junk. Now there's been one or two people that have called him out that I've had no involvement with, and they just dislike him because of what he's doing and stuff. But then, so he has this channel for a long time, and he knows it's not doing very well because he makes an inactivity rant video because people are not watching his stuff. Well, if he didn't fucking jam that shit down their throats on fucking Twitter and actually let people fucking who want to watch his stuff do it naturally, then he wouldn't get fucking inactivity people. But that's a completely different thing. So he's got a few indoctrinated followers. Now when I say indoctrinated, when he puts a video up and says like and favourite and subscribe, they will like and favourite, but they won't watch the entirety of the video. He'll get a like at 002 and a favourite at like 003 on his video, but they won't watch the entirety of the video. So that them people that he has indoctrinated, he starts to rile them up. And he says, "Go and flag this content on YouTube," and he flags my video, and it gets taken down. He's not even man enough to engage in a conversation by himself. He has to have 3 or 4 people back him up when he does try to start a conversation with me. So it comes up to a little bit of a head where there's this other lady that he's been talking to, and he tries the same thing with her on Skype. He's like flirting with her, trying to get his dick out on screen with her and stuff like that. And she has a massive argument, and she notices my stuff, and she starts having a massive argument with him. And this is over Twitter. And then he closes his Twitter account, and then he closes his YouTube account, and it all goes quiet again. Now this new young lady, she told me that she got some messages from some other females that he had done it to them as well. Now that's three people he's done that to over Twitter. Now he's talked to them, be nice to them, and got them on fucking Skype, and then got his junk out to him. That's rather a coincidence to happen 3 times. It's ridiculous. A few days later, He made another account called The Phaser. He's definitely running out of names. And he made a slut shaming video pretty much saying, "Oh, you never told me you had a boyfriend. Oh, I wouldn't have got my dick out. And if you'd have told me you had a boyfriend," you've pretty much viled yourself there by saying if you didn't have a boyfriend it'd have been alright. And of course the young lady flagged it, which she has every right to do because he's pretty much bullying her with that. And it got taken down, and he deleted that account and he made another one. Where we are today. You can be the nicest person ever on the Twitters, but I will not fucking trust you 1 inch. This is the type of person that hides behind the trust. He's going to get caught at some point, big time, and it's going to be someone that doesn't like it, and they're going to take it incredibly far up the chain, and that's the consequence for your actions. I said something on the lines in the video that got taken down, that he is a deceitful person that uses subterfuge to attract people to his cause, something like that, and it's still like that.
Just keep on moving up towards him.
Fire and advance.
Exactly, I didn't know those words. I mean, they didn't come to.
Yeah, Chris, he was Ramboing in the grass, but I killed him.
Let's get this guy. Guys, don't move away from the team if you don't want to. This is
Yeah.
good shot.
I am a pretty good shot, thank you.